Hi, my name is Mark and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel, The Media Nerd. Now, I was given a box of VHS tapes to transfer, and this particular VHS tape has a bunch of white stuff. It's like powdery mildew, mold that is on the tape, just like that. And most video transfer companies won't even touch something like this. They just think that the tape is ruined, it's garbage, they won't do it, it's not able to transfer. And that is not true. I'm going to show you how I like to clean this powdery mildew mold off of the tape. Now basically, this is what happens first. If I would just put this tape into the VCR as it is, it's going to break. So the tape is really sticking together, and what basically happens is it's not a clean break, but it's like a peel break. You know how you have that really generic masking tape that you go to pull off a piece and it starts to tear off in a long piece off to the side? Well, that's what happens with this. So in order for me to hopefully clean or at least dislodge this mildew, I have a few things that I need. First is a screwdriver with a small Phillips head to get to the screws to open up the case. I pull out all the screws, and I'm going to put all the screws in this little bowl so I keep track of it. I'm going to have to take this label off. This is just masking tape, so I have my handy dandy Boy Scout knife to do that. I have some Scotch tape just in case, and this is the key. I have this PEC pads that I use to clean 8mm film, and I also have a business card, and then I also have this dust off that I can spray on the tape. So let's just go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to do is take that label off, or the masking tape. Typically, if I just find the crease, I can just run it right across, just like that, to break the tape. Now I'm going to take a piece of Scotch tape, a little lever right on the side. I'm going to flip that open. I'm going to tape that so it doesn't peel off. I'm going to take all the screws out now. There, it came out. There, that's gonna lift off just like that. We're gonna put that off to the side. Now here's the trick. You may have to take it out of the case. We're just gonna go ahead and do that right now, but you see there's already a lot of white particles. You're gonna wanna make sure that you don't lose anything, any of these things, and just pull it straight out just like that. Set that off to the side. Here's another screw. I have a lot of PEC pads because I don't want to use the same one twice if I can. So I take my business card and I'm going to fold this PEC pad over top of the business card. I'm going to gently insert it into the tape, get it down as far as I can, and pull it through. Let's flip over the PEC pad, get a clean side. Let's do it again. Try to get as far in as you can, all the way to the spool. Now, I'm not going to be able to get it all out, but the key is to break it apart so it doesn't make the tape stick. And I'm hoping that the PEC pad is catching as much of these particles as it can. It's a timely process, but it should work. See, the tape has been played so much that, you know, it's not a smooth surface, so I can't get all of it out, but I think it's going to do the trick. We can't forget about this side right here. Go ahead and tackle that really quick. But I still want to play with that just a little bit more. But I'm gonna have to sort of, not the easiest to get it underneath. There we go. Look at how it cleaned it really nice. I just have this little spot right here. Maybe if I double it up, make my pad just a little thicker. Look, it cleaned that really, really nice. See that? Let's go ahead and see if we can clean this up a little bit more. Starting to lose the structural integrity of my business card. So I'm using a business card because it's thin enough to be able to get inside of this. Anything thicker won't really work. So you might be asking, what about the opposite side? And here, it's hard to tell, you know, if that's has a bunch of mildew on it, but because it lays so flat onto the base, I don't think there's any mildew in here. So the last thing I want to do is take my dust off and just give it a quick squirt. Not much. Just to try to break up some of those particles. And you have to watch your fingers because it comes out really cold. And if you do a constant blow, it's gonna like freeze like this. Well, that's not gonna work now. Made the table really cold. Bad demonstration. So that's running really smooth now. It's not pooling. It's looking good. I don't think I can get any more of that powdery mildew off. That's about as best it's gonna get. So now what we're gonna do is put it back into the case. We can try to clean the inside a little bit, but that's just wear and tear. Nothing really to clean on that. Now to put the tape back into the cassette, you're going to have to follow the same path of how it got taken out. So we can start on this side. I'm gonna move these little levers right here up to get it in. And then this tape side is gonna go right through there just like that. And then we're going to wrap this around the piece of metal here. And there's a flap. Let me show you this flap really quick. Here's a flap right here. You're gonna wanna get the tape in between this piece of metal cylinder and the flap. And you know, I'm touching the film and people are gonna be, you're touching the film, you're getting human fingerprints on it. well, you know what? This is for a one-off deal. I'm just going to transfer it once. I'm not going to continually play this tape. And because there's so much mildew and stuff, I really don't think a little fingerprint or two is going to damage this tape any more than what it already is. Tape is being a little bit of a bugger. There. It's back in. And I don't know if you can notice, you know, I took out a good 50% of that powdery mildew, but the key is I broke it apart. So it should be able to play in the VCR a little bit better. And once you get done playing it in the VCR, you're going to want to clean your VCR. I do have a video or a couple videos about how to clean VCRs, and you can check that one out. I also have another video of how I did this to a VHS-C tape. And if any of you that watched that video, all of those VHS-C tapes that I cleaned, there was like 5 or 6 of them, they came out perfectly. So we're gonna put all the screws back in. Okay, this VHS tape, I hope, is ready for transfer. Let's go ahead and get this tape converted. This is a PAL tape, so I'm using a Panasonic Worldwide converter to get it onto the computer so I can get it to NTSC. So this tape is gonna take about 2 hours to transfer. Hopefully it won't break during the process, and then we're gonna check out the clarity of the image once it's all done. Okay, it's basically just about done transferring. We're heading into some TV shows here, and I don't transfer movies or TV shows, but let's check out the tape and see what it looks like. It didn't break. It ran the full 2 hours, so that was really good. Wow. Check that out. See if you can or not. There's absolutely no mildew left on this tape. So all of that white powdery mildew that I wasn't able to clean off, that stayed on the tape, it fell off, and a lot of it probably fell into the cassette tape, but I'm sure there was a good amount that also fell into the VCR, so we're gonna have to go ahead and get that cleaned as well. Let's now go ahead and check out the image and see how the quality looks of this transfer. This looks really good. It's girls playing basketball, and the audio's just fine. Everything looks really good for what it's worth. Based on converting it from a PAL to an NTSC and having to clean all that mildew. So I'm happy with this job. Okay, well that's it. That is how I personally like to clean the powdery mildew or mold off the VHS tape. Now I've done this several times in the past and I've had really good success with it. So please remember to clean your VCR once you run one of these tapes through it, because those heads are going to be all filled up with all this powdery garbage. Now, if you don't have the time or the means to be able to clean and transfer your tapes yourself, I would love to help you out. You can contact me at www.coloradospringsvideo.com. I do have a special order form on that site that you can fill out and then hit the send button, and I'll receive the order form. Make sure you also print out the order form and put it along with your media so I know whose is whose. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe, like, and ring that bell for future notifications. You have yourself a wonderful day.